we're back, and I'm here with Ryan McGivern. Ryan, tell us a little bit. Tell us about the black abyss of our lives. Just kidding. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
My name is Ryan McGivern. I'm a professional teaching artist. I grew up on Staten Island. I'm 44. My blood type is O negative.
Can I have your social security number?
16.
So tell us a little bit about what you're doing right now.
What am I doing right now? I am a glass artist. I work with hot glass, mosaic glass, lampworks glass. I teach in the public school system and with a bunch of culturals on Staten Island. And I just moved into the Staten Island makerspace, so I'm making work over there right now.
What kind of work are we looking for?
I'm hopefully going to be taking welding and woodworking this spring, so I'd like to incorporate that with some of my hot glass work.
Hot glass. Sounds so sexual.
It is
just
very
like my
sexual.
Show. Okay, so what's the goal of you being an artist?
I think that's changed for me over the years. I've had, I've been blessed to run a couple of art galleries, so I've done like the exhibit space, I've done programming. But since I started teaching, I think my goals as an artist has changed. So I think that I don't make as much work. I think I make work now when I really have something to say as opposed to just like making stuff to sell. Mm-hmm. And I think teaching kids in like, different disciplines of art really helps me because I'm still having an art experience, but it's not my art.
I totally get it because someone said to me the other day, who's also a teaching artist, that the inspiration that you kind of instill in the lives of young ones is a lot more fulfilling than actually making your own stuff.
But I mean, on the same token too, and this as an artist, when you're making stuff, it becomes so personal and trying to sell it, and then you're selling yourself, and that becomes a difficult dynamic after, when you've been doing it for 10, 15 years.
I feel like this is a conversation that we're constantly having, whether you're making stuff for yourself or you're making stuff to sell, and I say stuff in a very general way.
Right, but it makes sense.
So I think in that kind of dynamic it changes because if you know that you're making art or whatever you're making to sell, I think it's a little impersonal and it's a little more directed to what the public would want opposed to saying something, unless you're already kind of established as a big name person and you're like, I'm gonna make this mark.
Right.
It's $1 million,
But I think that's a strong reality. In my experience, the top 10% of artists that I've met are maybe making a solid living. So for the rest of us,
kind of have to have a double life.
You kind of have to do something else. So, and I enjoy teaching kids. That makes me feel like I'm doing something important.
I think it is important.
It is.
It's like art is a dying thing in the school system. We need to bring it back.
Amen, sister.
So, have you studied art? Tell us about your background.
I have studied art. I got my master's degree from NYU, which I'm very proud of because, it took me forever, but I did it.
Prestigious.
So that I've taken classes with master glass artists in like places like Pilchuck and other art schools. I worked at Urban Glass in Brooklyn for quite some time as an educator. Work at the Art Lab, Staten Island Museum, Staten Island Children's Museum. It's on the board at Council of Arts and Humanities, right, Jenna? So, yeah.
You got a big salute there. So, the point, I guess, of why I keep bringing everybody together is to kind of make a little bit of noise for Staten Island because we want to prove that we're here and we're doing big things and it's not just in Manhattan and Brooklyn and we're here too, and I think you're definitely a testament to that by being around for so long and so prominent in the arts community, and I think it's very inspiring.
Well, that's a nice thing to say, Anna Kelly Kilbane, and I appreciate it. Thank you.
Nobody knows the second half of my name.
Oh, all right.
I'm just kidding. So can we find you on social media? And
I have a Facebook page, and I also admin the Staten Island Teaching Artists Facebook page.
Tell us about it. What's the name?
Staten Island Teaching Artists. As a Staten Island teaching artist, I was finding that I couldn't connect to jobs or employment opportunities or whatever was on trend conversation for teaching artists. So I started this page, and now we have 270 people who get job employment opportunities
networking
from it. Yep. So
what can we look for from you in the future?
This year is all about mixed media, so I'm going to be taking classes at the Makerspace while I'm as a studio artist there as well, and just try to incorporate different mediums in my work. So it's a new experimental year for me.
We're looking forward to it.
Thank you for
Thanks,
having me.
Ryan. No
Thank you,
problem.
Aaron and Kenny. Thank you.